Hi, everybody. Father David here with another audio message. Happy Feast of the Annunciation to all of you. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing great myself. In fact, today I'm feeling particularly inspired and upbeat, and that's because of something I witnessed this morning. I was privileged today to really see the church at her best as I watched an incredible team of volunteers working hard in our school gym this morning to prepare groceries for needy families in our area. You may know that normally we run a food pantry out of the basement of our chapel every Wednesday morning, but with so many people falling on hard times and so many kids home from school right now, the demand became so great that we had to move the operation to the school gym. Trucks came to drop off food at 8 a.m., and then our team of dedicated volunteers, wearing masks and gloves and trying their best to keep at a distance from each other, bagged the food and loaded it onto 6 buses kindly lent to us by the town of Monroe. The buses then delivered the food to the doorsteps of each of the 80 families who reached out to us for help. The whole operation took a total of 5 hours from start to finish, and it was truly the church at her best. It was what we Christians are all about, and it made me so proud to be part of Sacred Heart Parish. You know, as I sat back and watched the scene unfold, I couldn't help but think, why is it that every time we Catholics make a mistake, it's on the front page of the paper, but scenes like this rarely make the news? You gotta wonder. In my last message, I promised you that I would speak in my upcoming messages about ways to live the 3 pillars of Lent in the midst of this coronavirus crisis. Now, just in case anyone needs a refresher, the 3 pillars of Lent are prayer, fasting, and almsgiving. That beautiful scene I witnessed this morning falls squarely under the third of those 3 pillars, almsgiving. When we hear the word almsgiving, we tend to think of giving alms or giving money to the poor. But almsgiving really covers all the ways that we can show love to other people through the gift of our time, talent, or treasure. And so sometimes you hear the third pillar of Lent being referred to not as almsgiving, but as charity. Now, we Christians are called upon to do almsgiving or acts of charity 365 days of the year, of course. But during Lent, we are encouraged to step it up a notch, to show love to other people even more than we usually do. You may have planned to live the third pillar of Lent in a special way this year. Whatever you plan to do may still be possible, or it may not be. But I'm sure that we could all agree that the current situation we're all living through is providing many opportunities to do acts of love that we might not normally have been called upon to make. Could I briefly suggest 3? First would be almsgiving in the most literal sense of the word. And here I'm talking about giving money to people who need money. In a matter of just a few days, so many people sadly have lost their jobs. I keep hearing from parishioners who I talk to that they've been on hold for days now with the Labor Department because so many people are applying right now for unemployment. People who were comfortable last week all of a sudden are worried about being able to pay their bills next week or next month. If that's not you, and if you have the luxury of having more money than you need, then guess what? That money doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the poor. And if Jesus returned today, he would tell you to share. So reach into your pockets and help the people around you, and trust that God is never outdone in generosity. That would be a great and very literal way to live the pillar of almsgiving. Second way we can practice almsgiving right now is to check up on the isolated people around us, especially the elderly. Even if you're totally shut in right now and not willing to step 1 foot out your door, you still have a phone. And there is so much good that you can do with a telephone. Who are the elderly people in your family, in your town, in your parish? Who do you know who lives totally alone regardless of their age. Whoever they are, call them. Call them not just once, call them often. Let them know that they are not abandoned and are not alone. Warm their hearts with the sound of your voice. This may not involve money at all, but it is still a form of almsgiving, and there is so much potential good that can be done here with just a telephone. And finally, I know that a lot of people are home right now with their kids or their spouses or their siblings, their parents. And while that may provide for a lot of quality time, which is beautiful, let's be honest, it can also be trying and difficult to be together for so long in such close quarters. If you want to make this time truly beautiful, and if you want to live that third pillar of Lent, try to do as many little acts of love and service for each other at home as possible. Maybe even compete with each other to see who can do more acts of love. Maybe even count your acts of love at the end of each day and try to top yourself the next day. Little acts of love. Make each other's beds. Prepare meals for each other. Do the other person's chores. Watch the movie the other person wants to watch. Share your toys. Play the game your brother or sister wants to play, not the one you want to play. Be the first one to clear the table. Little acts of love. These examples may seem insignificant, but when everybody in a family tries their best to put them into practice, and I mean everybody, not just mom, when everybody tries to put them into practice, the whole family will experience joy. You'll see the whole atmosphere in your home will change. These little acts of love are a great way to practice the pillar of almsgiving right now in the comfort of your own home. So there you have just 3 simple suggestions. What other creative ways can you come up with to live almsgiving or love this Lent? I'm sure you can think of some good ones. Just today I talked to a mother who is spending time every day with her 2nd grade daughter, sewing masks for all the nurses in her area who are desperately in need of masks for the important work they're doing in their hospitals. Now that's a great creative way of living the third pillar of Lent. What might the Holy Spirit be inspiring you to do? The great Mother Teresa once said, "When the Lord calls us home, the only thing we will bring with us is our suitcase full of love." Right now, the Lord is calling many people home unexpectedly. And none of us knows when we will be called. Whether that's tomorrow or 80 years from now, let's live every day in such a way that our suitcase will be filled with love whenever the Lord calls us home. God bless you.